Dude, I just need some peace and quiet right now. I I did move across the world and I finally moved into an apartment today. I'm spending so much money and there's motorcycles everywhere and it's so loud and I wear noise canceling headphones everywhere because I can't stand it. I've had a cough for the past 2 weeks. Um, Maybe taking longer to get better because of the traffic pollution. I don't know what, or the secondhand smoke. Or maybe I just haven't had time to go out and get like some lemon and ginger to ease the cough. But yeah, I'm here. I'm good. I asked to switch to a room on the other side of the building that's not facing the street. I think it's going to be much quieter. Honestly, life goes so fast, and I used to make videos, and I would only do it like after a run because I would have like the runner's high. Honestly, I kind of did the same thing today. Like I just went to the gym, so I have like kind of like the endorphins from working out. Um, yeah, my place isn't clean right now, so I don't want to show it. Honestly, life goes so fast. I'm kind of terrified. Um, I'm terrified of missing the future, of just like staying in my apartment and being on the computer all day and not talking to people. I'm terrified of not putting roots somewhere and maybe building a community of, where you see the same people every week. I don't really know. I've never been like a small talk person. I don't know how to make small talk. People seem to make friends so easily. I'm trying to learn Mandarin right now. I'm in Taiwan. I speak Mandarin. It's pretty hard to learn, but for even with people who know English, it's kind of like if you don't speak Mandarin, it's very hard to communicate. Like you can have dry conversation in English, but it's just not the same. But I'm making progress. I have a tutor for Mandarin, and she helps me with if there's like questions about specific things that I've tried to say, and I feel like slowly I can build a conversation. I also feel like a lot of conversation is nonverbal, and just learning how to be like real with people is a lot of the times it bridges the gap if there's like a language barrier. I was also looking at old pictures of my mom from like not even 10, like 9 years ago, and she looked so much younger. Like she had more muscular arms. That was even before, I want to say, before my parents moved to California. My mom was 56. I guess that's pretty good, right? Because women, I want to say, hit menopause around like 40s, like 52. But yeah, my mom traveled to Taiwan once this year, twice maybe. She's 67 now, and I'm just I don't know, it felt like for the first time seeing her older, just felt like there's like a countdown of like the number of times she's going to fly across the world to visit her old, country where she grew up. um, I was thinking about FOMO and like feeling like other people have it better than you. Like seeing someone better looking or more muscular or like healthier or just more successful in a certain way, and then not really being envious but being like, oh, like I should be like I should have achieved that by a certain age. But I was watching League of Legends. I used to play, and like because different champions in the game have different strengths. It's kind of corny, but like at different points in the game, you could feel like you're like really far behind, but it's really like their strengths in composition and then champion strengths. Um, but yeah, it was the way to like win consistently is to play your own game and then not to be sort of not to get wrapped up in how much ahead the enemy is compared to you, because once it gets in your head like that, then you start making mistakes to try and compensate for the difference in where you guys are. Whereas if you just stick to your own game, then the outcome ends up a lot more favorable because you end up playing to your strengths. Right now, I'm focusing on consistency and not striving too hard. So I'm going to try to do some Mandarin study every day. I'm going to try to post my life journey on YouTube once a week as sort of like a document. I'll have to clean up my room so I can show you guys. I don't really feel like showing it right now. And then yoga and dance in the gym and like kind of taking care of my health is like a big one. I really don't know how to explain how I'm not working right now. I traded stocks and crypto for a long time, and I feel like I learned a lot of valuable life lessons from that. In the end, it showed me that if you take care of yourself, and there's sort of this abundant energy that comes from your center, like the vagus nerve, and if you have that, I'll feel like the periods that I had that, I felt like I could do anything, and trading was one of them. So Reddit might say that it's like gambling. Stock options is gambling. And then people I meet in real life, maybe they assume I had money, and sometimes people think, oh, it's like extremely highs and extremely lows, which is right. But yeah, I feel like nobody really understood that my job feels like it's become taking care of my health and being centered and present, like going to yoga helped, and the gym and the sauna and stuff, and like massages and eating healthy and sleeping well kind of all allowed me to stay in the right mindset where I felt like I could kind of get through life. And it kind of feels like mayhem sometimes. But honestly, just need a reframe of what's going on. I was trying to optimize like libido for a long time, like eating a lot of food and going to the gym. And I was also really stressed out because I was trading a lot and betting a lot of money. And I kind of tanked my libido by doing that. I don't know if it's like pelvic tension or something, or just like it's like holding the stress like in your gut area, which kind of wrecks your libido. So I ended up quitting trading, and then I moved to Taiwan. I had visited last year, and I thought it was really nice. It feels like time traveling back 30 years ago, where service is still like really good, and like the food at restaurants is really good, and everything's like thoughtfully done, and everything hasn't been destroyed by like people complaining about, or by the cost of living and no one being able to afford things, and then people like complaining about it and then not really having motivation at work. Yeah, I also feel really welcomed here. I don't think it's just because my mom is Taiwanese. I think just the culture itself is like very welcoming of people. Also, this China thing, I feel like makes a lot of travelers hesitant to visit Taiwan, and it makes it kind of more empty. Um, but yeah, I also started going to bachata dance here. It's kind of like salsa, where you take a class. It's like you switch off partners during the class, and then after the class, there's a social dance. And I was also always really like nervous to ask girls to dance, because as like the leader, I don't know, it feels kind of nerve-wracking coming up with a dance and leading another person. Where I kind of always kind of just felt like it's easier to just go through life kind of like alone, not really having to think about another person. But yeah, it's obviously been really nice to just let go. And honestly, it's a lot of fun, and it feels like there's a quote, I can't remember who said it, but it was like life goes something like this, where you worry and fret for all of it, and then at the end you realize that the music was playing all along and you could have been dancing with it. And that's kind of how I feel like I want to go through life. Regardless of like the money that has made everything so much easier, but it's still just not everything. You can manage to, I think, make a lot of money, but also kind of destroy yourself in the process. I think staying connected with people is one way to not have that happen, and to take care of yourself and to love yourself. And it's, I think, like an overflowing of that love that extends to the people around you. And that's, I think, what makes a life. Like, if you take care of yourself to the point where you want to dance, and then you have sort of a positive energy that radiates around you, and people,
I think they just want to be a part of that energy. And that's sort of where I'm at right now.